So you wanna learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knops got loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the Monday nights than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Bitty Guys.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's actually getting married the weekend after Full Fest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Two Bearded Guys. You still have two bearded guys, just not John today. With us today is none other than gold medal winning Tommy Lynch, head brewer out of Grand Junction Brewing. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you.
And as always, well, actually back in the off-screen chair, his little off-screen cup chair back there is none other than off-screen Matt.
Back in the office, you guys are welcome.
Homeboy's not working this time, so we actually have him on the show.
I would much rather been here than work in the convention hall, I assure you.
I mean, that's fair. We had a fun show that last time, though. You know, two comedians sitting here next to me while John worked over there. It was an interesting show, to say the least.
Was John working the sticks, as they say?
Oh, he just ruined it. One of the coolest parts tonight, though, not only is Tommy one of our good friends in the industry, but he did bring his gold medal winning beer. So I'm excited to get a chance to drink that, especially since we're also drinking a beer from River North, who he beat out for gold. It's not the same beer, unfortunately. I don't have the pumpkin beer. If I had that one, I absolutely would have. I'd straight up FaceTime both Matts. I'd have been like, we'd have heads up that shit, but you know, it's fine. You know, whatever, it's fine. But I'm excited because anytime we get a chance to drink from a local celebrity and then drink our favorite brewery as well, it's a great time.
Celebrity. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Tommy, every event this year, I have at some point walked by and just while he's nonchalant doing his job, been like, oh my God, it's going. And people like look at him and look at me and they're so confused. It's so much fun.
And then Tyler, he wears pony swim trunks for a long
Tommy gets embarrassed. It's great. You know.
I didn't think I did. You guys have proved that wrong. I thought I got all that out. That I didn't get embarrassed anymore. So you guys have tested that and proved that is in fact a lie. So I appreciate that.
We're finding the bar and then lowering it. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm sorry when a guy does something cool, and again, beating our favorite brewery, who if I were to average their scores out that we've done on this show, I'd say the average, including what we've drank there, because we've had all their non-barrel aged stuff there, I'd say the average score for them is like a 4.25 from us.
Yeah.
And that's the average. Like, whenever you're kicking somebody's ass that's like that, I'm like, all right, I gotta have some fun with this. I gotta have some fun with this.
No ass was being kicked. It was a good team effort. Their beer was
Spanked
good.
them.
Ours
They weren't
was
even
good.
close. No. Matt, I'm kidding. If you've tuned in already, I'm kidding. That's the nice thing about Colorado being so far behind us, though. He usually doesn't tune in until when he knows his beer's coming on.
I'll say it's like noon there, isn't it? Or something. For us to work.
It's actually 11:30.
It should be 4 or 5. I don't remember which right now. California's 3 hours behind us. I can't remember if Colorado's 2 or 3. So, anyway, very excited to have Tommy on the show. Decent little lineup today. Some that I'm excited about, and a couple that I'm pretty excited about. You know, we got Treehouse on deck.
Nice.
You know, River North that we love sharing with anybody, especially in the industry. Just because it is our favorite brewery. All sorts of different stuff. Got a couple Indiana brews representing today as a little shout out to Indiana love, including one that's at Full Fest this coming weekend, Saturday, November 15th. From 1 to 5, tickets are on sale right now. Use the promo code BEERME for $10 off. Literally, if you just get on Facebook, Instagram, anything, and put in Two Bearded Guys, there's pretty much no chance you can't see one of the posts about the event. Or you can go to the event page. You can go to Indiana on Tap Tickets. Thanks to them and their ticketing platform, makes it real easy for us to do our jobs. All sorts of stuff. You can go to the Fulling Warehouse Indie page.
Tyler's Grinder page.
It's my OnlyFans, actually. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I did put Full Fest on my Bumble. I do think I did.
I put that on my Tinder.
No, I think it was on Bumble. I think it was on Bumble cool, actually. I ain't above it.
Hashtag swipe right for beer tickets.
Instead of looking for a wedding date, looking for a beer fest date.
Start giving discounts, Danny. Check the pass. Swipes right.
Looking for a +1 to beer festivals.
I'm going to update my Tinder profile when we get done this shit.
Oh, that's funny. And the funny thing is, I do think I put Full Fest on my Bumble. I don't think I'm kidding. I'm going to have to look here in a minute. If I didn't, I thought about it. Like, it's one of those.
So you can generate that buzz.
Ooh.
I don't like how much I actually like that.
I would say that was...
I don't like how much I actually like that. That's
it
annoying.
hurts to say it is something good, I know.
A little bit. I forgot after John told me to flip my hat around to actually remember to flip my hat around.
You flip it around, you just flip it back around, now you flip it around a third time.
Schleifly Brewing. That Kolsch looks delicious. Cheers. I wonder why they said that.
Interesting.
But we always do start the night out by talking about our most anticipated beer. So this is our lineup. I'll let Matt go first. Just kind of what he's looking forward to, then it'll go you, then me. So Matt, what are you looking forward
Gold
to,
medal
brother?
winning beer.
What?
Gold medal winning beer.
That one's not technically on it, but...
Well, we're happy, aren't we?
I mean, we can drink it, sure. This one's
Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, no, we were supposed to not do that with the brewer here.
we just won't score it.
All right,
we just won't
that's
score
fair.
it. We never make the brewer score their own beer. That's just me.
Oh, I'd give it a 0.5. So
That's one of the reasons. Brewers are either overly critical or fuck it, it's on Untapped, so I'm giving it a 5. Like, brewers there is no in between. But we will taste it because I am excited to try that. But we'll go with that for you. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
I'll say, I'm looking at the Sun King one. I know they've come out with some new. I'm not recognizing that one there.
That's the Gen Con beer they did, actually.
Okay,
The
yeah.
apple cider.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I know Sun King's diversifying their products and getting into a little bit of everything, so pretty excited to...
Understatement.
Right.
Portfolios are getting portfolios. The other day.
I was debating today whether to go with the apple cider, which I was excited for. I haven't had it in a while. Or we had the pumpkin spice latte blonde. Or pumpkin spice chai something.
The Sun King one?
From Sun King.
Gotcha.
It was a blonde. I don't like pumpkin spice beers usually.
I don't either.
And that one, we tried it.
It's only gotten worse recently.
We tried it at a beer fest recently. Matt and I did, and we're like, "Oh fuck, this is good."
Yeah.
And the rep's like, "Here, take a couple," and I was like,
Damn it.
"I mean, okay."
Is there like the latte creme to it?
Yeah.
So it kind of killed out the spice.
It was
Sure.
it was fun. So I debated, but I went with the apple. For me, I'm excited for Treehouse. I don't get Treehouse out here ever. And they are a powerhouse, especially with IPAs and stuff.
Sure.
So pretty excited for that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm always looking forward to River North, but like that's the easy answer.
Yeah,
So,
right. Like,
I'm excited to try them as well. I will be transparent.
It's a porter, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, the one we're going to try is a porter.
We're getting in porter season.
Exactly.
Only like 12%.
Huh.
15.9.
All right, hold on. Let me text my designated driver so I get home tonight.
If you notice, I went pretty light with everything else.
It's a good balance. Now
Yeah.
I'm seeing what you did.
Yeah, there's a reason there's a lager and a Kolsch and a, like I stacked it up that way on purpose.
The average is what, 6 there?
See, Tyler's just putting us through this test that I heard about for getting your liquor license. So, if you're 6, should you get
What do-
50% porter?
What do you do next?
Huh. So evidently the Schäfli Kolsch, it uses a century-old yeast strain from Cologne, Germany.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of badass.
That's super cool.
That's kind of badass. That's a fun text message to
I spell
receive.
cologne.
Cologne.
Ah, okay.
Damn, I did that pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of myself.
You read that off.
Damn.
I was going to like colon with a tilde or something on it. Like,
I'm a little proud of myself right now.
I'm proud of you too.
Anyway, anyway. All right, so Matt, you got anything for us before we start our beers?
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm not sure specifically who this is. I have some theories, but Ebby790 on YouTube. It doesn't say the full name, so
I'm guessing EB.
I'm kind of that's the way I'm leaning, but I'm not for sure. It says,
Do you want a
"Hey
new glass for
y'all,"
this, or are you gonna finish that? What do you want, brother? I got you.
and
Either
also
way.
says Schäfli.
Like, if you can't tell, I got plenty of glassware.
Gotcha. I'm happy I can reuse
All right,
or whatever.
Perfect. And then
Okay.
Matt rinses for us, so especially in between styles and stuff.
Gotcha.
Anything else, brother? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what we got so far.
Perfect. All right, so our first one is going to be by Schäfli. This is their Kolsch, 4.8%. Again, they use that yeast strain that's centuries old out of Germany. That's badass.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so where Kolsch originated, the result is a slightly dry and subtly malty brew with a clean finish. It's available year-round. So, it's made from yeast from that area. It says right here. That's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that at all.
Tommy, question from the audience.
Sure.
Long-time viewer, first-time questioner.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, if this is a 100-year-old yeast strain, how does one keep that thing alive?
Oh, that's an excellent question.
He's like, fuck if I know.
I'm gonna remind you that I'm on, not Kevin. Kevin would be the one to give you the whole.
Fair enough.
That's a Kevin question
Hey,
there.
That is a Kevin question.
I'm in sales. The fair answer is I don't know, but I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll. Once I know, you'll know.
Fair enough.
In all fairness, I think unless you're the person doing it, you probably don't have a fucking that's a lot. You know how to keep yeast alive.
Yeah, I know.
that's a
I know
long
you can
time.
do it. I know that process exists. I know that you can reuse yeast. Harvest it properly, maintain it. I'll be transparent. We don't at Grand Junction. We fresh pitch everything we brew. Really out of simplicity and stuff like that. So I know it's a process that exists. I don't have any experience with it, but
Fair enough.
Which is fair.
Yeah, no wrong answers here.
That's
Unless
fun.
it's outright a wrong answer.
I just love how his immediate response. I'm going to remind you that I'm on the show, not Kevin. God damn it, Matt. That was a really good question, though. You'll have to write that one down. Remember to ask Mo.
I already forgot it. What was it?
How do you keep yeast alive for hundreds of years?
what's a ale versus a lager?
It's actually his mother.
Ouch. She's a nice lady.
That was messed up. I love you. Dorothy Mantus is a wonderful lady.
I was just ready to say I was going to take a drink. Perfect man, too. There was a second.
All right, yeah, 25 IBU. Very typical for Kolsch, 100% German noble hops.
Thought it tasted like home.
Pearl for bitterness and Hallertau traditional for flavor and aroma.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as traditional as you can get when it comes to a Kolsch.
Oh yeah.
And that's good, drinkable beer-flavored beer. Like,
Slight sweetness to it with a little bit of an almost effervescent finish.
Yep.
And I always say this, and I always explain to people, it's not mint. But there's a flavor in Kolsch's in certain beers that at the end, I say it's effervescent because I don't know how else to describe it. But it almost feels like that freshness, that mintiness. That,
Oh yeah.
dancing on your tongue.
yeah, it's not mint. It's a freshness, but I don't know how else to describe it.
No, I see. I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know a better way to say it either, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a flavor profile in certain beers, especially German beers, that I have had troubles explaining forever. And I know in my mind, it's like, oh, minty, not minty, not minty.
It's that final note that sits on your tongue as the whole process is done. It's that last. It's that curtain call taste that.
It's not the mint taste, it's that mint feel, maybe. Is that what
It's something. It's one of my favorite parts about German beers, to be honest. Especially very more traditional styles. That is a good beer. Damn.
I gotta have 2 or 6 of those, yeah.
I think they're a brewery that gets overlooked a lot of times. It's pretty easy to find their beer in Indiana anymore. They make a lot of basic styles. They make a lot of traditional beer. They don't lean into a lot of hype beer.
Yeah.
And I think they're, big regional brewery out of St. Louis. Not massive, but decent size.
I'll say yeah, they're up there.
And, they're close enough that's easy to get. They're big enough that people start doing the like...
Scoff.
And they do mostly traditional. So to most people that are looking for the weird shit, probably, looking for the weird shit or the different shit or the, I can get a Kolsch from almost anyone, blah, 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 blah. I think they get
9,000 IBU.
I think sometimes they get overlooked when realistically for the price and taste, that's a damn good beer.
That's a great beer. And you bring up a good point. When I think about Schlafly, I think about, they're not the biggest, but they're not the smallest. And so for me, when I think about going down to the St. Louis area, man, I can get them anywhere. So I'm going to look for those smaller mom and pops. And so they kind of fall in that threshold.
They're not Anheuser, but
yeah, I still respect what they're doing. But it's that, I can get it anytime. Therefore, because of that, I never get it because I can always have it.
It's the weirdest problem in craft beer to me.
Exactly.
And John and I have talked about it before. Revolution's John's all-time favorite brewery. Revolution's pretty decent size, not huge, not even Shafley, I don't think, but pretty decent size. Regional brewery. It's easy to overlook them. John, for the longest time before we started the show, had never had it.
Gotcha.
Then he had a beer for the show, like right before the show. Then all of a sudden, it's like now John will go up to Chicago for their big barrel age releases and shit. Like when we went up for Dark Lord Day, they were doing a release the day before, and so we drove up to Chicago. Fuck that traffic that day.
Yeah, not doing that again.
There was also a Beyonce concert in Chicago.
Oh, jeez.
We wanted to kill ourselves. That drive was miserable.
It's already miserable. You throw an additional reason for traffic.
Yeah, in rush hour with that. Oh, it was miserable. But we went there and had a great fucking time. And the whole reason we did was because John fell in love with them. We love them. Mm-hmm. John's like, I don't have to go. And we're like, nah, fuck it. We've stuck in that traffic this long.
Yeah.
We're fucking getting Revolution.
We're past the point of no return.
Yeah, we're not turning back now.
At this point, we've just sat in traffic for no good reason.
At this point, we've already pissed in the parking lot. We're going.
That did happen.
In fairness, Chicago does not have open bathrooms for anybody.
No. Too many homeless. They won't do it. All right, so now we score the beer. So the way we do this, Tommy, is everything's done on the Untapped scale, so quarter increments. Okay. Because we're not paying Untapped for the right to have a 0.1.
Okay.
Fuck that shit.
Thank God. I was getting ready to judge you if you were right.
No, we use this specifically
We
because it's we literally use this because it's the easiest thing to use at this point.
Sure.
But we ain't paying them for it.
Have you ranked like Coke and Pepsi and tap water since they did the updates last month or so?
Wait, they now have Coke and Pepsi and shit in here?
Oh yeah, sweet teas and coffee.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. All right. We're going to start adding some random shit to the shows just for that.
You can do like RC and Tab and Squirt.
Well, RC's at 5. But anyway.
Crotch? No way.
You shut your whore mouth. But anyway, so 3 is a perfectly average beer.
Okay.
So everything about it's just perfectly average. That's 3. Above average, obviously, is above 3. 4 or higher seek out worthy. So now not only is it above average, it's like, shit, I don't care where this is located. I'm going to kind of look for it.
Sure.
4, 7, 5, and 5 obviously are cream of the crop, top of the tier.
Sure.
Under 3, that 2 to 2.75, still very drinkable. Maybe they shot for the moon and just missed something.
Sure.
Maybe flavors are just a little off, but they're on their way. It's a solid beer, just not quite average.
Gotcha.
1 to 1.75. Now you're getting into, I paid for this. My buddy bought me this.
All right.
I'll fucking drink it. Whatever. 0.25 because we don't give zeros because that won't work on Untapped. And if they're that bad a beer, as bad as it sounds, if it's that bad, I want you to know it. 0.25 to 0.75 is drain pour quality beer. Now, Mama never raised a bitch on this show, so therefore we've never drain poured on this show. But we're telling you, if you have it in your fridge at that point,
consider it.
If you wanted to break that, I would love for my pumpkin beer to be the first one to go down to drain tonight. There's layers and elements of that would just be.
I love the fact that he's over here going, that'd be funny as shit.
Pour this gold medal winning beer down the drain. Fuck it.
While you're making fun of your favorite brewery for losing to them. Man, this beer sucked.
See, I told you there's layers to.
How bad were you with beer brewing? Both fucking lose to this swill. Jesus Christ. Anyway, you can find them at Full Fest November 15th, just a reminder. But this beer this time, you are first to score it, my friend.
Okay. I would say it's a Kolsch. It's a style, when done properly, something that I would seek out. It's one of those that I would have 1, 2, 4, maybe the whole 6-pack in one setting. I think this one here is done really well. It's very light on the tongue. It's very easy on the palate. All of the notes you look for is there. So I would put somewhere in the range of a 3.75 to a 4. Again, going back to what we were saying, I haven't had a Schlafly beer so long because I can always have it. Therefore, I never have it. This puts them back on my radar. If I saw that on a shelf grocery shop, and I would absolutely pick that up.
So final score, 3.75 or 4. I got to have a lock in. Because I take the average of the 3 scores to give us our own tap score.
What would that be? 3.822222. What's that? Let's go with the 4.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the 4.
Weirdly, I don't score Kolsch's well normally. Okay. For a guy who loves German beers, Kolsch's just. If I'm going to drink a Kolsch, I'm going to drink a lager or a Pilsner. I don't know why. That's just the way I kind of go.
Sure.
This fucking beer was great. I'm going to give it a 4. I would absolutely seek this beer out. So, Matt, what about you?
I am going to maintain the average. That's a delicious beer. I think Tommy said it well, as did Matthew McConaughey. I could have 1 or 6 of these. Like, it's a drinkable fucking beer. It's good. It's that beer fucks.
It really does.
All right.
Don't forget, guys, you can find all our scores on Untapped. It's just Two Bearded Guys like every other fucking social media account we have, unless you start getting into our weird shit. Like, I don't know, our sign company that we own. If you ever need anything sign-wise, let us know. Ryland Prince.
I'll go back to OnlyFans.
Don't tempt me.
Where Bearded Guys was the Bearded Guy handle taken on OnlyFans?
Well, we've always thought about doing beers and belly buttons on that. You know?
The weird stuff.
Well, beers, beards, and belly buttons is what we were saying. That would be the OnlyFans account.
bearded belly button. Okay.
And you shave your chest hair just down to your navel so it's just a bearded belly.
Oh my god, that's hilarious as shit.
I can tell Coaster Drop's going to be wild next year.
Every year. Every year.
Jesse Lamont says, we understand you. That was before we can't even taste the beer, so that's probably why I was doing the dish-bishly duties. Not sure specifically where that fell, but...
What's up, Jesse?
Appreciate that. And Dr. Drew just jumped on.
Drew!
Hello, fellow bearded beer brothers, he says.
Drew Wilkes, one of the owners and distro badasses for Hop Lord Brewing.
Some say one of the best distro guys in the biz.
I'd give it to him. I mean, that's... If he's not the best, he's one of the best.
He's
So,
in the conversation, yeah.
Love us
I'm not
some
calling Michael
Drew.
Jordan, but he might be up there.
He's Scottie Pippen at worst. Still a Hall of Famer, you know. Oh shit! No, Drew out of Hop Lord, another guy that's going to be out for Full Fest this year. Stupid. I know. I'm going to say that a lot because I was telling Matt, John and I, between the two of us, I think at this point are like 150 hours in for planning and posting and designing and setup and blah, 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 blah. And I know our lovely partners at the Fulling Warehouse Indy are doing the same and have put in a stupid amount of hours as well. And it's one of those things where for us, this event is a really cool thing. We've been a part of it every year, but this is the first time we're running it. We're the ones that went and got the breweries. We're the ones that put in we pushed for distilleries to be a part of it. We pushed for wineries to be a part of it. We pushed for it to no longer just be kind of the indie area represented.
For sure.
I went and got everything from Valpo to fucking New Albany, Indiana. We covered the damn state with vendors this year. We have other vendors selling shit besides just us for the first time.
That's competition, man.
I don't give a fuck. I want people to have a stupid amount of fun. So we gave them more to drink, more to do. It's one of those things. We brought in places that maybe some of these people have never had. Yeah. Or if they have, maybe it's at that one beer fest and they've been like, man, I'd love to get some Blockhead beer again. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? They're driving their happy asses all the way from Valpo.
You guys have recruited quite the lineup. I know you and I talked at the event last year, and it's a fun event on paper. It's having the fouling element to it.
Yeah.
Man, it's such a fun event. I love obviously seeing on socials what you and I have talked. You guys are really taking it to the next level. Really excited to see what Saturday turns out to be. Appreciate
it. We love supporting small businesses. Mm-hmm. So that's why, we brought in a couple different vendors. We brought in a new DJ who's a local guy who's helped us with, he did all our sound for every comedy show we did.
Okay.
So Jake's coming in, him and his guys are coming in and doing just a little bit of extra there. Just to try to support other people, right?
Absolutely.
Do a little bit more across the board.
Okay.
We have the new championship tap, right?
That's right.
So
yes.
The winning brewery for the tournament, instead of just getting the belt, which they still get a badass belt, now they're going to have a dedicated tap line for a year at a place that sells an absurd amount of beer. That's a badass little title.
That's a real incentive.
Damn straight it is.
Yeah, that's something worth trying to win this weekend.
Speaking of which, somebody just bought tickets. That's actually kind of fucking awesome. If you're watching, Melissa, which I doubt you are, but Melissa Ramsby, thank you. That's kind of fucking cool.
Nice.
Don't forget, $10 off using the code BEERME for your Fulling tickets.
What's the currency on? You guys are on Twitch. I know there's like gamers and stuff, and it's like bits. Or you guys know Twitch more than I do.
So I know Twitch a little bit. We barely use it on here.
Okay.
I used to actually follow a bunch of people on Twitch, and I used to spend money to support them. Yada yada yada. This for our Twitch streaming is just more it's free to do, so we do.
Gosh, I was just thinking the buying tickets. It sounds like the Twitcher. It's like,
That'd be
hey, like thanks
that-
for the 10.
That'd be kind of yeah.
Again, I'd
I
say
should get on TikTok live while we're doing this right now and just be like. Actually, I wonder if I can. No, I don't have enough followers on the Two Bearded Guys account. Damn it. If I did, that'd be hilarious. I would start just setting up our TikTok while we're doing shit.
if I could send you my 3 followers to help out, I would. They're probably
Well,
all in bed.
my personal TikTok has like 26,000 followers. I used to do TikTok shit a lot on that.
It's kind of a big deal.
Not a big deal, but
Damn.
I made a few bucks on it. It was kind of fun. Made more than I did on my OnlyFans. What you got, Matt? I see you reading.
Dr. Drew's saying your flattery is appreciated. He also says that Stephen King will be joining him Saturday.
Oh, shit. We get the big wigs of Hop War this time.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Hope to see you both. And he also says that he got Tyler to admit that you like the New England.
I actually have half a New England keg that's about to go on as soon as I finish that pineapple keg. It should go on by our next show. It's being kept cold. Don't worry, Drew. It's badass New England, and I hate New England's. All right, so we went up to Michiana Festival of Beers.
Mm-hmm.
2 of my favorite beers of this event are 2 styles I hate. I don't like New England's. I love IPAs, don't like New England's. And I don't like milkshake IPAs. What's up, sweetheart? 2 of my favorite beers were Hop War's New England IPA and Blockhead's fucking milkshake IPA.
Milkshake IPA. Okay.
Oh, it was a juice bomb, dude. It tasted literally like an orange juice. Grape juice had a baby.
Ooh, that does sound good. Yeah, that does sound good.
It was fantastic. All right, guys. Our next beer is going to be in honor of my... Oh, fuck, this hurts a little bit. But in honor of IU football being fucking stupid right now. Like, ungodly good. Which is... I hate IU. I'm a Boilermaker at heart. But at the same time, like... I'd rather them be good at football because it's not like we are.
I'm right there with you. I'll give them love. Damn, what they did last year and doing this year has been impressive.
Talk about a turnaround.
And I don't like saying it out loud, but
But we also get a highlight, another Indiana brewery. This is their Vienna Lager, Hoosier Game Day Lager by Upland Brewing. And my hand burns a little bit holding onto that can.
did you see the game-winning catch though? That touchdown,
Dude, how did the ref get that right?
Yeah,
And B, how the fuck did he get that foot in?
bro, that was one of the most impressive catches I've ever seen.
That's catch of the year.
Speaking of followers, Jim Monroe speaking uncharacteristically early.
What's up, Jim?
I have 0 followers, says Jim.
I would follow you, Jim. Don't worry.
Wait, I don't know that we mentioned you have the cool holiday-themed glasses to celebrate the first snow of the season.
I do.
Also, I'd like to put the Craft or Die themed holiday glasses on the Craft or Die can.
So we'll start with this one. Our sponsor, Craft or Die. In case you were wondering, this is the Craft or Die Can. But this one here is 2 years ago's Christmas. It's the Krampus and Santa Claus combo. Love this glass. This was like an immediate buy for me. And then this one, I actually have another glass that went with this. This was the mystery glass. Okay. This is the Jack Skellington and National Lampoon's Christmas kind of crossover.
Okay.
Hence why you have the moose.
Now I'm seeing it.
And if you look at like the Jack, he's holding like the his version of the moose cup kind of thing. These glasses, and these are probably 2 of the like tamest glasses we own. Really, like the amount of work that goes into some of them is absurd. The man makes cool glasses. So follow Craft or Die. For one, they sponsor our Can. And 2, he's another big bearded badass that likes beer. So
Nice.
No, we haven't counted with that guy, huh?
yeah, Nicholas Fate, great dude, great dude.
Also, like band name. Come on, Nicholas Fate. Like
That really is a good band name.
Yeah.
Oh,
God damn.
I mean, that's definitely some metal, right?
Oh, for sure.
I'd go see him at the Hi-Fi for sure.
I don't like that kind of music. I think I would. That band name alone's like, especially if you see like his picture and it says big ass bearded self, it'd be like, fuck, I gotta see what he's.
I'll say it doesn't matter what he's playing. I gotta go.
This shit's gonna be good.
Probably ESP or Schecter or something like that.
It's not bad. There's a
Now, if this didn't have IU all over it, how would you feel?
No, I'm missing.
See, that's exactly where my head is. It's like I'm trying to judge the beer. I'm trying not to look at the can.
That's
If I look at the can, I can't go past like a 1.5. But
I love the fact that I'm doing this with the only other person that probably dislikes IU as much as I do is also sitting here. Best part is John's
Brett's
also
not
an IU hater, and like my brothers and I, like I could have had a whole plethora of just fuck IU sitting on this table, you know. For a Vienna, it's not bad. I like Viennas. I think it's missing a little bit of that like maltiness that I expect from a Vienna.
it's sweet.
Yeah.
It has the it has that American light lager sweetness to it. That,
Yeah.
That you know, I don't care. I'll still drink those.
Oh yeah.
But as you progress, you know, we've all started with the, you know, Miller Lights and Bud Lights, and we all started there, and this takes me back there. That beer was designed to crush at a Hoosier tailgate, and
Which
that's
makes
exactly
sense.
what that beer is.
That's a little 5 beer.
That's a little 5 beer, absolutely.
That is 100% a little 5 beer.
I'm 15, 20 years removed from my little 5 phase, so
Jesus Christ.
I'm personally not interested necessarily in sitting and having multiple of those. But I understand what it's designed for, and I give it props that it is what it's supposed to be.
That definitely, I guarantee, is in a lot of coolers at these IU football tailgates anymore.
It's got the candy stripes on it. The folks down there eat that shit up.
They really do. I've never understood the candy stripes.
I don't know.
EB says it's easy to purify the Bloomington water. Just do it with your liver.
It's about the only reason to go down there. Upland makes a great product. That one, I think, and it's not an IU hate in this case. It's just not the Vienna lager I come to expect. I want a little more richness to the flavor. You know, when you think of a European traditional Vienna lager, there's a little more richness to the body.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not bad. It's extremely crushable. And at 4.7%, you're going to have a blast.
Absolutely.
You're going to throw 24 of those in your cooler. You're going to have a blast. And so it's fine. It's fair. It's just not exactly as what I was hoping for.
No, I think for me, I think if they would have called it an American light lager or an American lager, I think they would have absolutely nailed it to style. But I don't think this beer was designed with hitting those beer style marks. It's that light, crushable little 5 beers. So respect it for what it is. Not something I'd be interested in having another one, though.
With all due respect.
As respectfully as I can say that phrase.
I said with all due respect, just you just said it me to say that. Bobby.
I'm going to go first. I think it's close to average, not quite. I'm going to go 2.75.
Yeah, I think...
Mostly because I was expecting the richness for the Vienna, so that's...
I'll say, yeah. I'm looking at... I was looking at 2.5. I'm going to go 2.5, yeah.
That's fair. Matt? He skipped you, so you're up.
Oh, that's fine. Teeter, I don't count, so...
That's
or
true.
matter.
You always matter.
Not unless Kelly's here.
That's true. Kelly doesn't think you matter. It's fine.
She knows how to cut me deep. I want to say 3 because it's very drinkable, but then I also appreciate it's not quite hitting the proper notes, so it kind of seems hard to do that. I guess a 2.75 is probably the right answer.
Which comes out to 2.75 average then.
I'll bump up to 2.75, make your job easy.
It doesn't matter. It takes the average.
Law of averages, baby.
Since you can't put 2.666 because you're never mind.
That's why we just average everything, you know? Makes it easy for us. It's fine. No, but we've actually, it's funny, I was looking at it. We've now checked into 1,790 unique beers.
Nice.
Our average rating's at 3.46.
Okay.
Still above average.
Above average.
But not like insanely. But not bad. You know, we lean high. We've had 10.25s.
Okay. That's, for as many as you've had, that's
7.5s and 9.75s. So we're at 14, 24 under a 1. That's really not that bad.
But how many River Norths are upping that curve?
We do have 71 5s. I don't know where they all come from. And they're not all River North.
I don't care where a chunk of them is at.
But it was funny because when we first started this, we were like really stingy with our 5s. But what we got to the thinking is, we don't compare beers to each other. Like our goal is it's that beer, that time, and that moment.
Sure.
So sometimes we've had a couple beers where breweries got screwed. Their beer stuck in the fridge for a little too long. Some flavors dropped out. That sucked, but it's that beer, that time. That's how we're fair.
Sure.
Well, it's funny because we were stingy, and then we're like, wait, no. we're comparing by being stingy. If in that moment my brain says 5, it's a 5.
Emotion and feeling, a lot of those go into the rankings as well. There could be certain days I would drink that lager and think, my God, this is the beer that I need tonight. So there's a lot of elements besides tasting on the spot.
Exactly. So it's funny to us, like when we look back at some of like past scores, we're like, some were like, wow, we were kind of dicks. Like that should have been. There's no reason that's a 4 1/4. That should be a 5. And then there's others that were like, we gave that one a fucking 4. Like that.
I'll tell you my funny Untapped story. As I really got into craft beer, I moved to Lafayette, took a job at Purdue. I accepted my job March 1st, 2020. COVID struck 2 weeks later, shut the world down. So I moved to Lafayette, got an apartment. Purdue was like, hey, here's your laptop and bag. Don't ever come back and see us. Like, set up at your apartment. We'll see you in a year.
Is that when the beard started?
Actually, sure enough, yeah. Why did any of us trim and groom and do all of that? I was staring at myself in the mirror. But that was when I really started getting out. A lot of craft breweries were doing the to-go growlers and crowlers, and so I was walking distance from Taze River. I
know Taze River pretty well.
Shout out Taze, fantastic beer.
Good food.
Great food. I discovered Crasian up in Brookston.
All right,
I worked with someone who was a regular up there. Anyway, Crasian put out a habanero blonde, I think. And I'm not a pepper beer. I acknowledge that. I've known that. I'm not a big pepper guy. And so I was on Untapped, and I'm logging all these beers, and I'm learning what a Vienna lager is and what a pepper, all these different styles. Try their habanero, put it like 0.5. Not because I was trying to disrespect Tom and Michelle. To me, Untapped was this personal journal of like, okay, I'm telling myself I did not like this beer.
Yeah.
And so I remember putting that in Untapped, and Michelle comments on it and says, hey, thank you for she's the politest human being. Shout out Michelle. She was like, did this beer do is it what we said it was? If so, please think of your scoring like this. So next time I came in, she came over and sat down and was like, hey, I wasn't trying to be a bitch. She's like, but I want to talk to you because like you putting that score brings the overall. So she gave me the perspective like what Untapped does. I was like, was not at all what I was trying to do. And so anyway, that's the last time I put a score below a 3 on Untapped. I was like, I can't disrespect
I don't
anybody.
blame you.
Which I think that's an interesting point because my opinion of Untapped, I don't have it because that's going to become a game. I would have been a bigger alcoholic. But like I would have assumed that's a personal scoring device, not necessarily like this is what ranks the beer like IMDb or something. So like if you don't until you know that, it's easy to like tank stuff just like on personal preference and not realize.
To me, it was a journal.
Brewery.
Yeah, and that's what I think it was originally supposed to be.
Right.
But unfortunately, some beer hype people and everything else started making that the end all be all. And
What?
yeah. So for us, like I said, we're even styles we don't like because we try across the styles. And I'm not a big blonde beer fan, for instance, but I understand what blondes are supposed to taste like. So like we judge them as best we can based on that. Like and we even added the caveat to the 4 or higher part. Because we had a couple that were like, man, this is the best blonde we've had, but like, I won't go seek out a blonde.
Sure.
Well, so what we started to do is, well, what if you're ever in the mood at that moment?
Sure.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that became a 4 because if I was, or my buddy's going, man, I really want a blonde ale tonight. Can you grab one while you're out?
Sure.
My brain's immediately going to go for the one I want. So what one am I seeking out? That 3.75 that should have been a 4. So that's when we started like, okay.
Yeah.
So, we've been in the industry long enough. John and I both worked in craft beer.
No.
We don't want to screw breweries, but at the same time, we will give a bad score and be honest.
I deserve it.
Hey, River North, our favorite brewery, right? We've talked about them a lot. We gave them a shitty score on a beer. It was an awful beer.
Tyler was never so happy about giving a bad
I
score.
really was. Well, everybody's like, oh, you just really like River North. Blah, blah. I'm like, you're not wrong. It's because they make great fucking beer.
Sure.
And then we brought one back from Denver one time. And first one back from Denver. We're like, we brought all this beer back. We're fucking excited. Here's a new one. Oh, fuck. It was awful. I texted their marketing girl that I was friends with, and I was just like, boom, like, this is shit.
Yep.
And she's like, yes, it is. Thank you for the real criticism, because most of our, like, people that are regulars are like, oh, it's great, but yet they're not ordering it again, but they're not saying what's wrong with it.
That's why
we fucking gave them a laundry list of
That's what I tell everybody. I appreciate the pumpkin, and I appreciate the positive, but if something doesn't taste good, please. Like, that's what me as a brewer, like, I want to know and need to know that. So, please tell me if my stuff stinks. Just don't be an asshole about it.
So, yeah, there's something being courteous, right? Evie also said that, I'm guessing about the Candy Stripe beer, he says, I think it used to be rich, but no longer. So I don't know if maybe they changed the flavoring on that at some point, perhaps. And the biggest takeaway of that prior conversation, though, is much like Tyler's preference in women, his beer is the same. He prefers reds over blondes.
Brunettes as well. Reds and brunettes. Redheads and brunettes. He ain't wrong.
Did you read the can for this one? I didn't pay attention, sorry.
This is Core Strategy by Sun King Brewing. It is a Sizer, 5% ABV. Forged for heroes and brewed for legends. Core Strategy is the official beer of Gen Con 2025. This sessionable apple Sizer fuels your mightiest quests and longest campaigns. Claim all 4 collector's cans before they vanish into myth, which we have all 4 upstairs. But
I was going to ask, did we get that many?
our buddy at the event at Herman,
Make sure we got them all.
yeah, gave us all 4. Also, I'm literally going to Google what is a Sizer.
Don't worry, I just did it.
How are your friends going to ask you a question again?
I said I'm 0 for 1, so I gotta act like I tried to prepare for this.
I love the fact that Tommy and I both were like, what the fuck's a Sizer?
It's that term. I'm like, I've heard that. I don't know what that is. I was like, all right, I gotta talk about it.
Grammatically, I'm going to go with like it's somewhere between a seltzer and a cider kind of smashed together.
All right, so it's a Sizer is not a beer, but a type of mead, actually, made from a blend of honey and apple juice instead of water. Can be described as sweet and tart honey wine with characteristics of both mead and hard cider. That's actually kind of fucking cool. Did not know that's what it was.
Yeah, Kevin really undersold this.
That's kind of cool.
So it's an apple juice mead.
Tastes like they leaned in more to the apple juice side than the
Mead?
I'm not getting a ton of... It's there.
Yeah.
That's just really fucking funny. I had no idea what a Sizer was at all.
I've heard the term. I was trying to prepare for the questions that get thrown at me. So
I had your back on this one. I was going to openly Google that shit, so...
if we're using the word mead, and I've had a couple, I don't know much about it.
Oh,
we
I
really
love mead.
need Perry Vine down here to get
I
us
love
the,
mead.
Oh, they're so good too. Perry Vine's awesome.
It's missing an element of sweetness, in my opinion.
So the one thing about this Sizer, I started to say beer. The one thing about this Sizer that's always got me when I've tried it, I always feel like I'm wanting more. I feel like there's never... It's like I get a little honey, I want more. I get a little apple, I want more. It's like every time... But, again, that's the official Gen Con beer. You have 5,000 nerds.
Hey.
Actually, it was more than that. Dude, I had a 4-day pass.
I'm feeling judgment here.
I have a 4-day pass to Gen Con every year. I've literally worked a booth for 4 days there. Gen Con's my shit. I bought $1,200 in games this year.
Hell
Did
yeah.
you get a prize for that? That's a pretty good benchmark, man. You at least got some kind of achievement, right?
That was rough. I looked at the bank account afterwards and went, oh! But, so I get that you have a lot of people that maybe don't drink beer, or don't drink this, or don't drink that. So you're kind of guiding into that, trying to hit that middle ground. For me, it just leaves me wanting more in all the taste notes.
Yeah, I know
Crushable.
It is. I would absolutely, I would drink this and enjoy this. If I see Sizer and Google that term and realize it's a mead, and then my brain says mead, there's just that sweet note. I think I'm getting the honey, but I'm getting like the dry honey. And I just wish there was just a little bit of more sweet, in my opinion. I think that would be my one critique of it. Flavor's there. Flavor's really good. It's just drier than I would expect.
Curiosity on maybe flavor preference for you gents with this. Like on a cider comparison, because there's like the sweeter ciders and there's like the drier ciders. Do you have a which way do you lean on that? Would that be something kind of like a comparison with this?
So the problem for me is, even if I think of it that way, is because it's in the mead realm, it's not as bubbly. For me to enjoy a cider, I need the bubbles.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to lean into the mead side, I got to have it taste a little more like a mead.
Oh, that's fair.
Otherwise, I need the bubbles.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Like that's how I see it, anyways.
No, I totally agree with that.
5%, so nothing crazy. I think it was made very much for, here's a mass market crowd that we need to make sure has a good time without getting them too fucked up and without alienating too many people.
Of course, yeah. No, I see the purpose for it. If I see its purpose. I see it's done well. I think similar sentiment I'd say to the lager in the last one. Maybe not say my cup of tea, but I'm not going to speak ill of it. I know why this was created. I think it serves a population. I don't see it being one that I'd go back. I would drink that can. I would enjoy that. I wouldn't go back for a second one.
So Matt's first to score this time.
So you guys are saying that like while I'm there rolling my 20 sided trying to figure out my strategy to traverse Mordor, I shouldn't be having a 12% stout while I'm strategizing.
No, you absolutely should.
Which of the following should you do?
Thank you. Let's bring it back. Let's get it up for you, Tommy. And EV says, I live for Sizer. Missed this one, though. So, maybe, I don't know if we see it. We have Sparrow, man. We'll maybe finagle that over. I think it's a very... I think you kind of nailed like all the points on it. Like, there's more stuff I would like from a flavor thing, but for a mass market appeal, I think they kind of hit what they were going for. So there's kind of that, like, I guess, dichotomy with those two things. Personally, I'm going to kind of go with a waft on that because it's such a weird thing, and I'm just going to go with 3.
Tommy?
Yeah, again, serves its purpose. I would enjoy that pint. I wouldn't go back and get a second. I think I'm going to say a 3 as well. Not bad, not great, not my favorite, but would enjoy that.
So the average comes out to a 3. My score individually is a 2.75. I think it missed just enough to stay out of average. But very drinkable. Again, that 2 to 2.75 range a lot of times can be very drinkable. Just maybe misses a little bit. For me, that's where it comes out. But it does average out to a 3, so that's where it's going to get scored. It's one of the reasons we have 3 people scoring it every time. If one person's notes are just a little off from everybody else's, it keeps anybody from being able to tank the scores too much per se, which is a good thing when it comes to these people and their hard work. So and yes, Jim, I do have a little bit of new ink. Got it done yesterday.
I'm offended, Jim. You can have me read your comments too.
So I got a lot of fill in
Stop my
on my
job, man.
sleeve. Got a lot of fill in on the old sleeve. And this is the sleeve that has all my nieces and nephews, or not my nephews, all my nieces' birth month flowers.
What's my favorite?
My goddaughter's flower, and then my great niece, because one of my nephews went and had a fucking kid.
Oh my gosh.
So my great niece's birth month flowers in that. So
Very cool.
I got it's my floral sleeve, right? So pretty
good.
excited about it. Grace, by the way, if you're a tattoo fan, check out on Instagram brimstone_Grace_tattoos. Her name is Grace Enstrom. She's out of Carmel. A, one of my best friends. B, I work part-time doing her scheduling, so I'll help you get scheduled. And C, she truly fucking is one of the more incredible artists in the area. So, and at a pretty decent price. So
on the other arm, you gotta get a sleeve for like all the nephews, and is that gonna be some
Fuck
kind of thing or
them.
something? Or
I love
favorites, man.
I love my nephews, but no.
Now that I'm back here, where'd you get that tattoo done again?
Grace Enstrom. I think her voice is over there on a button too, isn't it?
Is that still on here? It might have gotten taken
No,
off.
it's on there.
Oh, I don't.
It's on there.
There's the Kelly laugh.
It's on there.
They run, hell yeah, ooh, nerd. We got this one.
Fuck it out the window.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck it out the window, son.
It's a story that she told us. Story time with Kelly is always amazing, or with Grace is always amazing. It was a great story that you'll have to go back to one of our earliest episodes to hear. I'm not repeating it, so you have to go back to one of our earliest
It's not
episodes.
a short story, but it's one of the greatest stories ever told.
It's fantastic, so check it out.
And Evie agrees. Grace is excellent.
Yeah, Grace knows her shit. So we are going to take our break real quick. We're going to come back. When we come back, we are going to try the pumpkin beer here out of Grand Junction, and then our last one. So we'll be right back, guys.
BRB, there it is.
country beers and nothing hard to be denied. Oh yes, they are two bearded guys. Oh yes, they are two bearded guys. Oh yes, they are two bearded guys. Oh yes, they are two bearded guys.
That's the actual song we had made, unlike the one that Matt and I recorded drunk in here. Anyway, welcome back,
to Two Bearded Guys Hour 2.
Sorry, somebody asked me about Grace's tattoo stuff. So
Where the intro music gets darker, and so typically the beers.
yeah. So Jim, if you're still watching, I'll send you the rest of the information. I have more information. I'll send it to you later, but I can't think multiple things right now.
And before we get any further, I've got to say, because I've noticed it now twice, Tommy is doing the patented smaller swirl.
Well, Tommy knows how to drink beer.
Didn't know if we wanted to bring it up, the refresher course.
It's been a while, but for those of you that don't know how to taste beer and just drink it, there's a couple things that you're going to do. Kevin, the Smolar swirl is what we patented. He says to always twirl the opposite of what you would naturally do. So if you're someone who swirls left, well, if you're tasting, swirl right. Because what it's going to do is it's going to make your brain going, I'm not just drinking, I'm tasting. He always says to take a smell, do another one where you drag it out. All right, so you got your nose, big part of drinking.
The whistle's also very important.
Make sure you hit, fuck off, I'm congested. Make sure you hit all the parts of your tongue while you're taking that first sip especially. It really gives you the ability to get all the flavors.
Didn't he say like to spell the alphabet while you're drinking it?
No. All right.
That's something else.
That's something else. By the way, this is...
Let's see if we get it. Almost!
This is not... by the way, we are not scoring this, but this is not your grandma's pumpkin ale by Grand Junction Brewing. Deep in the pumpkin patch, an award-winning autumn ale awaits. Bursting with seasonal spices and fall flavor, awaken your taste buds.
Hey.
Damn, Tommy, you got serious in this shit.
Not by choice.
This is a World Beer Cup gold medal winner, as well as an Indiana Brewers Cup gold medal winner. All right.
I'm so ready to try this. Why don't you swirl first?
You gotta go to the opposite direction, apparently.
Yeah, I'm kind of a both way guy.
Swirl both ways.
Yeah,
Well, you know what's really funny is I always naturally swirled left. Like, that's my natural thought.
Are you right-handed though?
Yeah.
So I'm lefty. Like what you're like. I always go.
But now, because I've done this so much that, like, I swirl right now almost as natural, and I'm like, fuck, which one do I need to do today? No.
It's like I try to swirl the other way. It's like me trying to dribble a basketball with my right hand. This beer's about to end up all over the table.
See, now your brain's engaged. You're tasting. You're not drinking.
Focused in.
Like I said, we'll talk about this beer. We'll highlight this beer. We're not going to score it. I'm not asking Tommy to score his own beer.
It's like getting rid of hiccups by drinking water from the other side of the glass, you know?
And besides, Brewers Cup already scored it.
I mean, I'll be the first to gush. I normally don't like pumpkin beers because the spicing in it usually is overpowering or overwhelming. It's in the driver's seat, and I don't normally care for it. This is really good. It's like a creamy, like the pumpkin pie guts. Like it's got that creaminess to it. It's got the flavor there, but it's not overpowering. It's in a good balance, and I think balance is going to be like the biggest thing about this.
It's very balanced.
I would say congratulations. I now have found 2 pumpkin beers that I like. And they're both from Indiana.
Big Gulp.
Good job, Indy.
So Big Gulp is something that scares me with pumpkin ales. Even if it feels balanced, pretty Big Gulp. A lot of times that Big Gulp, you get so much. Whatever dominating flavor is what hits you.
Sure.
What I'm impressed with this by is, yeah, you get a little more pumpkin spice on the Big Gulp than you do with just the sip, but it's more of a pleasant, easy drinking pumpkin beer, even on the Big Gulp. Mm-hmm. I don't like pumpkin beers. I have destroyed them on the show at times because I think a lot of people who make them tend to lean one way or the other too much.
For sure.
This one I feel is very, if you're a pumpkin spice fan, you're going to love it. It leans into that. While also, if you're someone who goes, that's an overused fucking flavor in just about everything this time of year, it is casual drinking. It is relaxing. It is smooth. There's a lot of good shit about this beer.
I am really proud of it. It's kind of crazy the story, or I guess the journey this beer's been on this year.
Tell us about it.
Yeah,
give us a little quick overview of this beer and what the journey's been this year.
So, to me, I'll say the the part of the story that makes me laugh. I've been the head brewer at Grand Junction since last August. So I was brewing under John Gothrop. He steps away, so I take over last August. The pumpkin that was the World Cup beer that I brewed was the second beer I brewed by myself at Grand Junction. And so on that brew day, I can put myself back in those shoes where I was so technically in tune of like, what temperature is my mash water got to be at? How long do I boil? What am I like I was so elementary in, valves and handles and temperatures and times, and I was, in the guideline, like brewing 101 on our big Blickman system. And so it was one of those where it's like I really wasn't paying a lot of attention to, do I add more cinnamon? Do I add less pumpkin spice? There was no like that artist element, right? I was very technical. I was that home brewer doing that second, brewing a bag batch. But yeah, we brewed it in August. It came out. Last year's batch was a little over 8%. This year I brought it down to about 7, I think 7.7, 7.6. So brought it down a little bit. Yeah, crazy enough at CBC, which was in Indy this year, we decided to enter it. Just to enter a beer. Grand Junction usually doesn't enter World Beer Cup. So this is to my knowledge, one of the first ones we put in. And yeah, just a crazy story. I think the pumpkin category was like the 4th or 5th one of the award show. So we were still kind of
that's early.
So we
That's
were still sitting down. People were coming in. There's so and so. Everyone's kind of getting their seats, and so they're really like we were listening, but everyone was still kind of getting settled in. And so pumpkin comes up, and it's like, oh crap! Like, okay, it's already time. Here we go. And for me, when beer got announced as the bronze medalist, I remember tuning out. I was like, there's no way 2 Indiana beers are going to win the same category. Beer's pumpkin's great. It's medaled before. Congrats to them. I was already kind of tuned out and kind of moving on. And so they announced the silver medalist, and then they said, not your grandma's. And I remember kind of that antenna going off of like, wait a second. Grandma's in my beer name. Like, hold on, who is this? And then it was me, so whatever. So at that point, there was kind of that blackout effect where I remember kind of standing up. I think I stood up. I don't want to say I screamed it, but I think I spoke loudly, what the fuck, came out of my mouth. And so there was a lady behind me who kind of like came up, put her arm around me. She said, hey, honey, she's like, you need to go up to the stage. And I was like, because with every award ceremony, the guy up there is like, hey, if your name is called, come up, shake the hand, we'll hold this plaque, take your picture, walk off to the side. So finally I go up on stage and I get up there, and the gentleman shakes my hand, and I looked at him. I said, I know you gave directions like 30 seconds ago. I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing up here. He goes, shake my hand. He said, grab this plaque with me. Look out there and say cheese. And so I just kind of looked. Of course, they had lights like you guys do, so you're going, cheese. They said, all right, go down there and see that table over there. So it was a crazy experience. And again, for me, CBC, I'd been 6 months into this journey. I brewed 10, 15, 20 times maybe. So for me, I'm still getting my feet wet. I'm still kind of figuring out what this looks like, being the head brewer. And suddenly I'm going to beer festivals with people like you going, hey, it's the gold medal winner. And I'm like, you're talking about anybody but me, because I'm still the new guy. So that's kind of, the recognition's awesome. The beer, I'm really proud of where it is. I think we're doing we're doing a lot of good things. I brought you some Squirrel. That's the beer. I'm really hoping in years to come, I'm hoping this is going to become...
In case you haven't had this beer, Squirrel Stampede is one of my all-time favorite Indiana beers. It's their English Nut Brown. Check it out.
Yeah, that's the beer we're really tweaking. As I was telling you beforehand, I think that beer is as good as anything we've got on tap. That's a year-rounder, so it's been exciting kind of learning, what the heck's going on. This, I don't want to say hiccup in the road, but for this to happen as early as it did, for me trying to feel like I fit in, what an experience.
Matt's going to give us a quick rinse, before we move on. I love the pumpkin, but I don't think that pumpkin spice needs to hang out in our next beer.
No.
A couple of comments. Sorry, this was our finance. Sorry, I had it on the big screen.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
We got Brett said, "Wide up, guys," because he can't spell. He also says, "Definitely stoked for Saturday, especially now."
Who said that?
Your brother.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about the truck, by the way. Homeboy got hit today. Got in an accident.
Oh, dang. That sucks. Another guy I work with, he has a brand new GMC, and he clipped a deer, too. So apparently it's going around. Watch out if you got a new truck.
The dude straight up ran an intersection and smoked him.
Evie says, great win for the local crew. And Brett says on Facebook instead of YouTube, or YouTube instead of Facebook. I need beer and fun. Cameron Dillon keeping the base safe tonight. Yep. And
Cam's in the military now, remember?
oh yeah, oh I forgot all about that. Yeah, attaboy. Keep up work. I thought you meant like home base, like here, you know, base ground. And EB says y'all had an up round entered in forever ago. He remembers. The old Squirrel Nut was used to slay the festivals in very olden times.
Squirrel Stampede's always been, even before Tommy was there, hell, back when they were in their original location. My buddy and I used to go after him and I coached together. So we'd be out at Grand Park, we'd get done in a long day, and on our way back, we would fucking walk in our uniforms and sit our happy ass down at the old bar.
Yep.
There'd be some fucking little league team drinking, or well, the parents would be drinking.
I hope
the
not.
kids would be running around like fucking craziness, and we'd be drinking the shit out of Squirrel Stampede, and we'd be like, shit, there's parents with kids, we should probably take off our uniforms. Shit, they might see us tomorrow at the next game. But it you know, it's been a beer that's always been close to my heart. And I will say, last time I had it, I haven't had the most recent batch. I'm excited for that. Last time I had it was when we hosted a comedy show there, and it was fantastic. So I'm excited to kind of get into it again. It's one of my favorite beers. So it's an Indiana staple to me.
He says Main Street Days.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yep. Shit. Yeah, I used to go into the old Grand Junction a lot.
Yeah.
And then what's funny is the first time I ever went into the new one was for that comedy show.
Really?
Yeah, I hadn't been. I live up in the Muncie, now Fairmount. Like I don't get down as much as I'd like for drinking purposes.
For sure. I get that.
And at Westfield's just kind of, unless I was coaching, was always kind of out of the way.
Absolutely. That's what I've learned being at GJ is like Westfield's a like indie suburb, right? Like question mark, like is it or isn't it?
Underline question mark, yeah.
While getting a shit ton of people and almost its own,
Exactly. Yes. There's, for me, and I still feel this. Being there the 3 years I've been there, it's like, oh, we're not that far from downtown. We're an hour from downtown. Like we're an hour from Mass Ave, and it's like I still can't compute that. Like
it doesn't make sense.
No.
Part of it's there's no great straight shot, but
there's not.
But it doesn't. Yeah, you feel closer than you are in that area.
Yeah,
I mean, geographically versus driving is the issue. Like,
correct. You look at a map and it's like, Westfield, Carmel. Everybody knows Carmel.
Yeah.
Carmel's the suburb of Indianapolis, right? Wait a second, it's
suburb of Carmel.
kind of.
Except growing fast, Jesus.
I'll say, it depends on which day.
Yeah.
Westfield's getting insane. It went from a bunch of cornfields to
Westfields.
a whole lot of money. That was dumb. I'm not giving him credit on that one.
He laughed.
I don't love it, but I respect it. I don't know why.
I'm not giving him credit on that
You're
one.
both laughing now.
All right, so this is Old Pro Gosa, dash of salt, and a touch of tart. This is by Union Craft Brewing out of Baltimore, Maryland.
I brought up Taze River earlier. There goes some of the best in the land.
I haven't had a lot of Taze River beer in a while. I've had a decent amount, but they're just not at events anymore.
No.
John and I did one of our first ever on location things that we ever did with the Two Bearded Guys when we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. We went and did an on location live there, tried their food, tried their beer, had a great time, interviewed some random people. But yeah, that was 5.5 years ago when we did that.
Yeah. Man, I love a good Goza.
Yeah, the sad irony is John's not here to have the Goza today.
It's one of his favorite styles. That's a good beer.
That's pretty tasty. And following up after a punk beer, it's a nice gear shift too, going from fourth to second.
It really is.
Really switch it up. The taste buds are like, what the fuck?
Just burning the palate up.
Well, again, the pumpkin wasn't originally in the lineup.
You're welcome. I think it was worth it.
This fucking good.
That is.
This is a good Goza.
And I will say the nice thing about doing it the order we did though is it resets the palate for the rest of the beer we have.
Yeah.
So we have 2 more beers after this. This one kind of reset us.
So
normally I'm not that
that
big
salt
into
content's
Gozas, but
good.
the salt's fantastic.
I feel like most of the time I have them, I'm like, oh, that's not got that much salt present, to give that separation. And this
2025 GABF silver medal winner.
Respect that.
Dash of salt, touch of tart. That's what makes this unique German style wheat beer. Seasoned Professional, serious summer thirst quenching. With its glowing golden color, peach and citrus nose, followed by a prickly mouthfeel that leaves a gentle tartness and a dash of salt on the palate, the Old Pro never fails to bring you back for another sip. Old Pro is 4.2%, which is dead on where it should be.
Yo.
Damn.
One of the reasons I love Gozas, and again, walking into Taze River as I really started learning craft beer, I am not a sour beer guy. And one of the biggest reasons is, to me, I always relate it to eating that entire bucket of Halloween candy in one setting. And it just like, that headache, that stomach ache. For me, I always feel it behind my eyeballs, where it's just that like, oh, it's so like, sour beers just like physically make me ache. Not to shit on sour beers, but it's just like that sour effect like physically like hurts me. So therefore I don't enjoy drinking them. But I found with Gozas, with that salt content, you get that tartness, you get that flavor, but the salt really balances out. Where I don't feel that like I ate the whole pack of Warheads in one big glob and suddenly
God, I remember those days.
Right, I used to be able to, not anymore. But with
when
the
you
Goza,
look at your buddies and be like, I bet I can eat 4 Warhead Blacks.
the blacks.
The most sour ones, you know.
I forgot.
I could eat 4 of those.
Yeah.
How many could you eat? Yeah.
Boy.
As you're sitting there going.
Yeah, just.
And the competitions in Yorktown are a lot different than where I grew up.
No, that's when you're in middle school.
Ah.
Elementary, middle school. You hadn't got into the drinking games yet.
Oh, and Brett says Carmel needs more roundabouts.
I hate him. Wait, how many does Westfield have now?
They just built the one between us and Green Park. So I know we have 2.
Don't worry, you'll get more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're that close in that building up. If you build them, they will.
Well, and if you try to drive through Westfield, especially on a major tournament day on a Saturday or anything like that, you can tell Westfield's still learning how to be bigger. And it's really funny because some of those streets get fucking packed.
The road past us, with them having 32 closed this long, boy, there were days it was just a parade of traffic, especially like school letting out.
It's insane. It really is.
I don't know if you guys have enough left, but I just did a big gulp on that just to kind of polish it off. And
I did my big gulp.
That was pretty good.
It was.
That was rather pleasant.
That's a really pleasant beer. All right, so we're going to play the game, by the way. Because this is not an Indiana beer. This is not one of his beers. There's a chance that he doesn't know it. So after we score it, we're going to do our scores.
Okay.
Then we're going to play the game of the everyone score. So what the average score on Untapped is for everyone who's ever checked in.
Okay.
While you're scoring yours and thinking overall, the global score is there's 18.9 thousand check-ins to this beer.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, again, now with the averages, it doesn't have to be in quarter increments. It can be to the 0.01. You know. But yeah, so you can think a little bit. You are first to score this beer. So, what is your score of this beer?
This one's up there for me. I am in the 4.25, 4.5.
Which one are you settling on?
I'm gonna say 4.5.
Okay.
That's a beer I'd seek out. That's a beer that I've enjoyed. That's a style that that's a style I haven't sought out in a while. So that's a really good reminder of how much I enjoy Gozas. So that's one I would put on my radar if I saw that at a restaurant or on a store shelf. I would actively seek that one.
That's one that if I was heading to the East Coast, I'll agree. That's one if I was heading to the East Coast, I would immediately be like, it's a Baltimore. Oh, I wonder if they had this. If I'm in New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, in Maryland, anywhere, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, I would mark that one high on mine so that I would go back and see it in that range of those high ones.
I'm going to give it a 4. It's still above average. It's definitely in that seek out category for me, so it's going to be a 4. What about you, Matt?
Normally not a big Goza guy. That one just
You know what? Hold on, pause. 4.25. 4.25. Go ahead.
That one really kind of hit for me. If I was gonna get a Goza, I think I've had 2 on here that was really stood out. I can't remember the other, but that one's the other one now. 4.25. That's really good.
So it ends up at 4.25 average. That's a fucking good beer. Okay. Nice job, Baltimore, Maryland.
Doing it right.
AKA Union Craft Brewing, by the way.
Well done, boys.
All right, so you two, you're going to be guessing what you think the global score of Old Pro is. I can't wait. Damn, And on Untapped, by the way, I'm going to give you a little more love. On Untapped Community Awards, in 2024 it got a silver, and this year it got a bronze. So it's still doing
Good.
not only well in actual serious competitions like the GABF, but the bullshit Untapped, it's done well. So take that as you wish, but, just wanted to let you know. Go ahead, Tommy.
My initial, like, what I want my answer to be is like a 4, or like a 4 or 4.1. With how many have scored it, I want to dial it back just a little bit. I'm gonna say like 3.82 is my guess.
I gotta put the law of averages, right?
Yeah.
I agree. I think a 4 is probably a good answer, but I don't know that it's there because of how people score and stuff. And just to not be a total dick, I'm gonna go a 3.75 because it is Price is Right rules. I don't know if he told you that.
So you both technically lose.
It's
a 3.73.
Oh, I was so close.
When he went 3.7, I was like, oh shit, 5. Oh, no.
I was like, there's no way this is under 3.75. I was like, I should be
not
low
a bad
on this.
score. I will say it's a little lower than I anticipated.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made me maybe go a little lower is Gosas tend to not do well.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a rare style. People don't know what they are, and it's one of those, they don't know it, so they don't order it.
Or they'll order it and they'll be like, oh.
I didn't want a sour beer. And it's like, well,
Maybe you should have asked what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Brett said a 4.17, so he really overshot.
Gotta love my brother.
And EB says, more roundabouts save money and give you, I assume he meant Drift King category? He put Dift King, so...
Definitely Drift was
I'm
where
pretty
he
sure
was
Drift
going.
is what we're shooting for. Maybe EB?
Alright, so we're running a little late, so I am going to hurry up and get through these 2 beers a little bit quicker, or at least get to the last one a little quicker. It's 8:22 already. Not bad, but I did tell Tommy we'd try to be out of here by 8:30.
Damn it, Tommy. You load us with your stories, man.
I talk too much.
So this
loquacious
is,
son of a
well,
bitch.
now we're hitting the 2 anticipated beers for me. This is the Tornado. One Tornado or Tornado I don't know what the fuck they do, but 5.3% American Pale Ale. Okay. This is out of Treehouse Brewing. Okay. A powerhouse of IPAs on the East Coast.
Absolutely.
We are excited that you are holding a fresh American Pale Ale from Treehouse Brewing Company, Tornado. Tornado is our modern take on an American Pale Ale featuring 4 hop varieties, balanced by a crisp malt bill of pale and light caramel malts. The beer is complex, aromatic, and supremely hoppy. Dense notes of orange, papaya, and grapefruit dance on the tongue before a delicate bitterness finishes things off. Tornado is a delicious pale ale any time of the year, refined and perfected through years of focused, thoughtful brewing execution.
Okay.
Kind of excited, Treehouse is Treehouse, right?
I'm excited for Treehouse, for sure. Yeah.
I had never had a Treehouse beer until this year. Stefan was out on the East Coast from Hoplore, was out on the East Coast doing a collab with another brewery out there, and brought me back some Treehouse. So
nice.
Is that when he crashed the collab?
So,
EB says,
wonderful, man. That's mine.
Tornadoes are coming. Grab the beer and the camera. Head to the porch.
That's the most Midwest thing ever, yeah.
Which one of us gets to mow the yard?
Dude, the amount of times I have said, holy shit. I'm glad I put the last of the can in my glass.
Give those little nugs.
I'll be damned.
Little chunky. Oh, shit.
Boy.
Oh, Brett says, should have guessed 3.69. Always classic.
I can't get any of you
Nice.
guys. I have been trying to get them to score 369. Damn you.
Oh.
The
I
amount
would
of
take the
times
69.
the amount
I
of
was
times,
saying.
the amount of times John's done like 3.68. I'm like, no.
But John also has this weird nose for getting it almost on the money every time, so
He's
that's because he probably got it right. 369 would have been over.
Boy, there's a ton on that nose.
damn, that's pleasant. Drew, if you're still watching, I do remember that we talked about getting you rescheduled for the show again. I will talk to you and we'll get it scheduled Saturday. We'll get the calendar out, get you on the books then.
Get the slide rule. Yeah, hearing you talk about this, reading that short story of a can, I A, kind of tuned out a little bit, but B, was a little bit afraid. because I was like, oh, this is gonna be like really like a Tyler kind of IPA.
That's only
like,
an American pale ale.
And I was like, oh, this is actually very pleasant. It's super drinkable. It's got a lot of flavor to it. It's not like super piney, resiny, or danky.
Little juicy.
Actually, very
Slight
juicy.
bitterness to it. Sweet without being over the top. I hate IPAs that lean too much into the malt and end up just fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of times New England's and fucking... What was the other one I said earlier?
Milkshakes.
Milkshakes are always too sweet. That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Sweet without being too sweet.
Water profile is very soft on this.
Yes.
I think for me, I'm not a big hop head. I respect IPAs. I'll drink them, but I'm not looking for that, super blast of hop profile. But
Me neither.
I like this one. It's soft. If
When you
it's
drink it, and they're like, what's the IBU? And you're like, it's over 9,000.
yes, those aren't the ones I'm going for. Is that a callback to the Gen Con?
Yeah, no, I'm just totally not a nerd. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was just a random nerd quote. Yeah, definitely Gen Con.
Now
Sure.
I'm picking up on the theme tonight. No, for me, what sticks out is the water profile. It's very soft on the tongue. The bitterness is there. The flavors are there, but it's not sharp. It's not edgy. It's not stabbing me. I'm tasting it. The flavors are there. But it's pleasant, and that's what I look for in a good pale ale and IPA.
So you mentioned the water profile. And something that'll make you laugh because you know John and I. John and I know beer. We're not experts, but we know beer. We worked in breweries, but again, we're not like, oh, we know the science behind everything.
Sure.
We know the basics behind everything, not the science behind everything. Our first year doing this was right during the COVID bullshit, all that kind of stuff. Virtual beer fest became a thing, shit like that. This company that was hosting a virtual beer fest out of New Jersey reaches out to us out of nowhere. And their focus was more like the importance of like water and brewing and all this shit. Reaches out to us to be on 2 of the fucking panels.
Damn.
Sent us some beer to do that, but like we were like involved in this thing.
And this was only like a year after we started.
It was
early.
like 6 months after we started.
Okay, I was being generous.
Yeah, it was within the first year.
Right.
We have no idea what we're doing. We're doing this virtual beer fest. We also completely fucked up the entire panel we're in.
Allegedly.
Because we had
Someone was echoing.
we
don't know who.
We were echoing
Might have been
because
us.
we didn't realize we had 2 screens or 2 versions up, and it was we might have ruined the entire panel, and we just didn't show up for the next one we were supposed to be in.
In fairness, everyone was laughing in the panel that we were in.
That was great. We did have That is true.
And I'm still not convinced it was for sure us.
I'm fairly certain it was.
I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm just not.
But we did have. Well, and the best
Don't
part,
jump on that grenade yet.
we were like the more like beer drinker people in the panel, so we had people laughing. They're laughing at the scenario. Our few times we didn't have it echoing, our answers were decent. We were also texting a buddy of ours who literally works in water, and we're like,
He's a swimmer.
So all they were getting was like calcium chloride, calcium
like
chloride, calcium chloride.
the
calcium
amount of
chloride.
times I'm just like, they asked this question to us. We told him ahead of time, we're like, we need you to be paying attention to your phone because, like, somehow we got put into this shit.
Bicarbonate, bicarbonate.
But it was a good time.
That's awesome.
It was the weirdest thing, though. Think about John and I. We're trying to be, like, professional.
Right.
We're like, fuck. And then the system's fucking up. We're like, oh, my God.
So speaking of panels, EB says panels on Saturday. I don't think we have that lined up, but
No.
yeah, okay. But he also says, see y'all Saturday. A couple kissy smoochy faces, winky little buddies. Looking forward to
EB, you
Saturday.
got tickets? I didn't even see that, bud.
Brett says soft on the tongue. That's what she said.
Not to you. We will need a rinse on this one, Matt, by the way.
I figured. And Evie says, hey, just because you're broken by American, I mean triple IPAs with lactose, fructose, and bactose, doesn't mean you're broken.
Them American barley wines, triple IPAs.
What were those ingredients? Lactose, bactose, and
Yeah.
And fractose.
He's just throwing out shit.
See,
I'll
if
say
you
I
ask
wanna-
Kevin about that, maybe.
I was saying I'm taking notes. Like shit, I haven't heard of that.
What the
Like,
fuck's Bactose?
throw that some woman nature.
All right, so this beer this time, very, very good. Not quite as good as some of the others I've had by them now. And again, I'm not comparing. It's just more like I had this expectation,
Sure.
and it's still really good, but it
Yeah.
didn't quite reach what I've had. But for an American Pale Ale, it was full of flavor. The nose was fantastic. Oh my god. Which I think almost made me a little disappointed in the beer, because even though it was full of flavor and good, that nose just lit me up with excitement, right?
Yeah,
you know, it made the table raise like a whole half inch. And so...
Stop being so generous.
Good. I don't quite put it in the great category. I go with 3.5. Definitely above average, but not one of theirs I'm seeking out. Not one of any of that style I'm seeking out, but 3.5. Matt?
I'm surprised by that answer. That seems a tad low. I enjoyed that enough. I would like to have more of that. I would say I would seek it out. I will go a 4.
Okay.
That was pretty tasty.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 4 as well. You know, Treehouse, you know, they raise the bar. They are the bar. You know, they're up in that threshold. I think this is the second or third Treehouse beer that I've had that I can sit here and really, you know, remember having. Yeah, it may not be my favorite beer, may not be, you know, the top beer, but for that style, you know, again, some of those notes I picked up on, well done beer. I would order a second pint of that.
Oh, I'd order a second sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to look for it again.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
But ends up at 3.75 average,
Yeah.
which is very respectable.
I like that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, very respectable. I am the one that held it down. My bad.
This is why we take the average of 3, so someone doesn't tank it, Tommy.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the someone is me. Yeah.
EB says, off-screen IPA approval? Nah. Like, that happens everywhere.
No, EB, he's actually the IPA connoisseur anymore. When we started the show, the man hated IPAs. And then it was funny. We've never let him live it down. We were out after something. We went to Ale Emporium. I forget what event we'd done. But we go to Ale Emporium, get some food. He beat us there. He's trying to order before we get there.
I wasn't trying to hide it, right? I was looking at the menu
He was
before
trying
you
to
got
hide
there.
Doesn't realize that we're paying attention. Orders liftoff.
Oh.
And, you know, the guy that's made fun of, hated IPAs forever. And
Sure.
John and I, we just... Because I love IPAs, especially big, westy IBU. Just,
Sure.
I don't know why, I've always been a hophead. But it was funny as shit because he's like, we've never let him live it down. So now I'll be like, oh, what's the IPA lover? And think, yeah.
It's great. Normally I was like... When
He
I
was
started
the stout
show,
king.
When I started the show, I was either Keystone Light or like barrel-aged 12% stouts. Like, I had no middle ground.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as shit.
Either I'm drinking for pleasure or I'm drinking for quantity, you know?
I'll say pleasure or pain.
Hey, you watch your tongue. Keystone Light's God's nectar.
I think the pain was the high ABV one he was saying.
Keystone Light.
Oh, he loves his Keystone Light.
Hell yeah, drinking man's beer. Brett said, did he hear back toes? Close, but
No back shots.
back toes. And then he says, oh no, wait, back toast intolerant.
Oh, the nose on this. Ooh. All right, so this is Dark Sorceress from 2022 by River North Brewing. It is barrel-aged in a Colorado single malt barrel.
Okay.
This was release number 1 from that series. 15.9% spellbinding barrel-aged porter. There was 99 cases bottled out of this.
Were they on the wall?
You beat me.
I saw you going for it.
Tommy was so excited.
That deserves a full-on like, stand-up high five, man. Like,
You don't realize you literally had like the not the speech bubble,
Yeah,
but like
you
the
see
dots where I could
wheels
see what you
turning,
were thinking.
Tommy was so excited to get that.
Man. Evie says, yeah, we put him on the wall.
That nose is big.
Or option B, we got 99 beers, but a bitch ain't one.
That's a good one, too.
Wow.
That nose is big. This is 3 years old.
Wow.
Oh, this is the vintage one?
This is 2022.
Nice. Wait, noise.
Noise.
It does not drink as big as the nose. Like, you can taste the barrel. But it doesn't drink like that nose. That nose scares you almost.
Yeah. It is heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Does this have the one glass with the X through it, the 2 glasses below it? Or did that start more recently?
That is one of my favorite things we ever saw in one of theirs.
Yeah, we just got that recently.
Nope, this one doesn't
I
have
was
it.
going to say, they've been doing that this whole time. We never noticed. I'm going to be let down on ourselves.
So they had a bottle recently. I don't think we saved it.
It was like a 16% or something.
And it had on the bottle.
Had a snifter.
It had a snifter glass and had a mark through it, and then put 2 snifter glasses like share this.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite things we'd ever seen. I wonder if they did it on the anniversary. That'd be perfect because this thing was so this year's anniversary was 22.7%.
Jeez.
Anniversary 11 or 10 was 23 something. They used to hold the record for highest ABV in Denver or in Colorado. Burns Brewing, which no longer exists, unfortunately, Burns Family Ale, Artisan Ales.
R.I.P.
They hold the record for the highest. They're good friends of ours.
What was their record? Do you remember?
24.2. Oh my gosh. So Burns actually was their head brewer and owner.
Wayne.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Wayne was one of the guys who was a part of like that Michigan high ABV era back in the like late 70s, early 80s.
Sure.
That like initial bump in craft beer up there.
Right.
He was brewing up there professionally then. And then him and his wife moved out to Denver. She was a chef. Like they put their kind of skills and thought processes together. It was a really cool brewery. So they actually closed this year. It was one of the saddest things.
Wayne's forgotten more things about brewing than most people are ever going to know.
35 years professionally brewing.
Yeah.
Not including his homebrew that he started. He was homebrewing before he ever brewed professionally.
Yeah.
Like that man has, and when you talk to him, he's like a little bit of Kevin. Like he has that kind of knowledge level, but also massive like beer nerd, but also a little bit of stoner like personality.
Gotcha.
I don't know if he smokes. I knowing Wayne, I'm fairly certain he does.
Well, he lives in Colorado.
Yeah, but like the personality's like
Right.
such a weird, and you getting talking about beer. We left Matt. Matt started talking to Wayne about beer last time we were up there in February. And John and I walked away, was hanging out with his wife, like, because we're like, well, we've lost Matt for the next hour. And legitimately,
You were the
we
sacrifice.
lost Matt for the last.
In fairness, I kept getting beer fed to me, though.
That is true.
And it was all like 15 to 20% beer. So.
And, well, Laura broke out, so his wife broke out a beer.
Fair trade.
That was one of his original beers out of Michigan.
Oh my god.
Broke out, he had some bottles still left. It was.
It had beer old enough to drink itself.
It was a 23-year-old beer that aged to perfection. This beer was literally one of the greatest things I'd ever drank. And it was funny as shit because, like, he literally, all his bottles, everything he ever did, it literally said, and on his bottles, it was made to drink today or in 20 years. Like, the way he tried to brew was, I'm going to make it pleasant to drink, but I'm also going to put things in it, notes in it that...
Right.
20 years later is going to be another experience. And another,
Damn.
it was.
That's awesome.
It was really cool.
That's
He
super
did
cool.
the Belgian. He went out to Belgium and did that like Belgian beer school and did all that shit.
Oh yeah.
He at one point in time he was one of like 5 Americans to have ever graduated that program and all that shit. Like back in the day,
Cool.
like homeboy. Like I said, knows more about beer than most people. Like forgot more about beer than most people ever know. Like
Sure.
it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're good people. We have a whole bunch of their beer right now in Denver in my friend's apartment.
Also aging.
That we're going to bring back with us in February, and I can't wait to be able to break out some.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm stretching out right now, working at the bigger gauges.
Jesus, I hate him. Now, that we're just shipping at this point, because we're already...
Well, you could have told me that sooner.
Oh, don't worry. The other beer we'll bring back. We got you.
Too far now.
Matt always checks a bag. John and I don't. John and I are carry-on only guys. So we ship
Yeah,
back
they're
all
just
our
banking
beer
on
in
me.
his bag.
It's great. I'm like, hey, guys take care of it? They're like, no, you're checking your bag. And
That's so accurate, actually.
the best thing, though, was like 2 years ago when we was like, I have no idea what I weighed in at. And
That was 3 years ago.
This is how
3
good
years
of functioning
ago.
alcoholics we are. We're like, well, this feels like it weighs about this, so if we take this times that many times and put it in there.
Well,
You're right about 50 pounds. I
literally-
weighed it before I went and checked it,
49 and a half.
and I was like 50.2.
And they were like, you're good.
And like, I rolled it on there. I was like, and like, okay, oh thank God, dear Jesus.
Well, literally, we're like, John and I are sitting there and we're like, 12-ounce beer approximately weighs da-da-da-da-da. And we're like, well, we got this many. Problem
You
is
guys are doing that hangover math
Oh,
where
yeah.
he's at the table.
Oh, yeah.
and-
Problem is we're like, we don't know exactly how much the bag weighs. We don't know exactly how much his stuff weighs. But, like, we're, like, picking it up empty, picking up with his stuff only. Then we're like, well, add this. That should put us right between 49 and 51. We think we got this. Threw it all in there, and literally Matt texts us, we're good! Because it was literally 50.2, and they're like, yeah, you're good.
So last year, I thought when I checked my bag,
He actually weighed it.
I paid attention to what the weight was.
Which actually was a big help. Like, that made us feel real good. We loaded it up, and we're like, oh, shit, we got room to spare. Like, fuck yeah.
As I assume they took it, they put it on the scale, it was like, oh, you're good, and then they, like, suplexed it onto the thing. You're like, yes! Oh, shit.
Oh, don't worry.
$100 a beer.
We pad the shit out of that beer.
Now it's only 48 pounds when we get it back.
We have not lost a single one yet, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Not one yet. 4 years of shipping beer back from there. We haven't lost one yet.
Cheers.
I don't really know how, to be honest. Especially that first year. That first year, we had no idea what we were doing. We're wrapping shit in paper towel.
I assumed it was like boxers and socks. You were.
It was just paper towels,
shoes,
underwear,
stuff and shit.
Yeah. I'm like, Matt, this tastes like your balls. I have no idea why. Oh, what am I going to take that?
No. I wasn't wasting that.
This would be a nightmare coming through the nose.
Oh my god, that'd be awful.
Oh.
But what do you think about this? So this is your first River North, like, barrel-aged beer, right? Mm-hmm. So what do you think of this? For one, it's a porter, and it's 15.8% or whatever.
Could have got higher.
15.9, my bad.
It's really well blended. I think I would have. Obviously, you told me about the beer going into it.
Yeah.
I think that I could pick I would have been able to identify that this was a porter. But you're getting those barrel notes. It's
Single malt, I think, was a good choice for this.
It's very smooth. It's heavy. Obviously, it's heavy on the palate, but there's nothing that's overpowering. All of the notes that you're looking for are there. That's really well blended. It's something that, I'll admit, big, heavy. The heavy beers. I love to sample them.
That's fair.
You're sharing it with me. I appreciate
a 12-ounce beer that's being shared. That's not too much.
Yeah, what you're giving, like this is what
4 ounces.
Yeah, this is about all that I'd be interested in. Not of their beer, just of that genre altogether. But this is this is enjoyable. This is enjoyable on the palate. The flavors are they're balancing very well. There's nothing that's making me not enjoy this. So this is a really good beer.
Risotto question: would you guess it's almost 16% if you didn't know that?
I don't know if I'd say 16.
Like I said, because we have the operating theory of the DUI shelf.
We also don't think about, in Indiana, getting to 16, and so that's a conversation I actually had with their brewer one time.
The body.
It ends up thick, viscous, sugary. Mm-hmm. In Indiana, to get to 16, that's almost every time. This is none of those things.
Yeah.
This isn't thick. This isn't viscous. This isn't sugary.
I don't think I would have if you would have told me and asked me to guess.
Yeah.
I would not have been 16. I would have guessed this was in like the 10 to 12 range.
Yeah, I mean you wouldn't guess low, obviously.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's definitely the body there, but
so like our joking theory was like we call it the DUI shelf. So like in normal parameters, like it's 11% beer, but it drinks like a 9. Like
it's typically 7% is what it drinks like, but it's over double digits. It's kind of the way we look at things.
Okay.
But River North has a little bit of a difference.
Sure.
Because they'll throw shit out that's 15, 16, 18% and drinks like it's 10.
Yeah, I would have guessed 10 or 11.
Yeah.
If you,
yeah. But again, I think to their credit, like, oh man, that's like a crazy how not hot because you don't get that alcohol burn.
Yes.
You don't get a Kentucky hug going down.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't.
Like it's the flavors
nose
there.
There was a little on the
nose. The
nose.
nose is a little scarier, but it's just that more robust bouquet in your olfactory sense.
Bouquet, I like that. Yeah.
Jesus, he dropped bouquet and olfactory in the same sentence.
I
didn't know Matt knew both of those words.
College education, man. Ball State, chirp chirp.
Chirp chirp.
So we were there one time, and it was before Matt. Shout out Matt Malloy, head brewer over at River North. We love you. But it was before Matt really knew who the fuck we were.
That's
like,
Mustache and Brewery.
He'd seen our show because their marketing girl's a good friend of ours. Well, their former marketing girl now. She lives in Oregon. But had become friends of ours. And we always tag everybody when we drink their beer. And Matt's one of those that I think he's a glutton for punishment, just wants to see. And so it was funny as shit because like I walked up to him, we were there, and I'm like, so by the way, how the fuck do you do this? And he's like, we know how to make beer. Was just a sarcastic like, Because I'm like, Indiana, like everything's sweet, biscuits, da-da-da-da, to get to that. And he's like, yeah, we just know how to make beer. And I'm like,
Touche.
I mean, you're not wrong. But we also have learned that barrels up at that altitude add more alcohol than they do here. And he already knew that, but then he really learned it when he did a seltzer for the first time and barrel aged it just for shits and giggles to see what would happen. Right. He goes, first off, trying to keep the barrel from leaking was a pain in the ass.
Sure.
He goes, but once it was good, it went from like a 4.9% seltzer to a 9. Like, alcohol pulls more from the barrels, the beer does. And now he goes, now that was an extreme jump.
Sure.
He goes, we don't notice that with the beer as much.
I'll say with the seltzer being, a porter, there's going to be more to it. The seltzers,
he goes, the amount, I think it jumped to an 8. I think 9 was an exaggeration. But still, like, it was absurd.
It was the highest seltzer I ever had.
But it's one of these, like, he goes, we pull a lot of booze from these barrels. I'm like, that fucking makes sense. We'll go ahead and score this. That way Tommy can get out of here as well. Because we got scoring and then beer of the night. So go ahead and do your comments and then we'll do this.
Try to do a flash round here. Okay, so Evie says Vicennial was 20%. Like, yeah, that's what I remember. Vicennial, that name from River North.
Well, this is the Vicennial series. So there's a Vicennial series each year.
Oh, that's Gold Tops, yeah, right.
And the Vicennial series, each beer has a different percentage depending on the beer, yada yada yada. I have a couple back there that are absurdly high. The Last Guardian, that one. Yeah, there's a few back there.
He says, she is thunder. Evie goes on to gush. He says he's also popping a chocolate Sandman tonight.
Nice.
Good
Love me some Sandman.
there.
Love me some Sandman.
Yeah, I think Sandman might have been the first one that we had. From
Shadow Man was the first one.
Oh, that was a really.
But Sandman's a great one from them.
And he also says we have to dig Anita Johnson out for some interviews. I don't know if that was a joke or that's her really name, but either way, that's funny. I'm gonna laugh.
Jesus, man.
I'm not apologizing for that either. We all know he's comfy with the thickness coming out of his nose.
Is that EB again? Damn.
Points to you there, buddy.
He's on a roll.
He also says that River North's Matt hides daggers in silk and howitzers and molehills.
Not wrong.
This guy's a poet. Look at
I
this
do
guy.
think it's hilarious that their owner is also named Matt. Their head brewer's Matt, their owner's Matt. Two different
make
Matts.
a bad match, so I probably should be out there.
Matt Hess and Matt Malloy. Two wonderful humans.
Brett says Matt's vocabulary came from his word of the day calendar. Thanks, Brett. Spoil my secrets.
That was good. Thanks, Brett.
And EB says they also have a much drier climate, and the altitude gives better extraction from the barrels with the climate. So yeah, I don't know if you typed that before.
It's altitude. It's altitude and climate. Yeah.
Because you don't shut up.
Damn straight. It's my show. I ain't fucking shutting up.
I get yelled at for not reading comments.
Especially when John's not here. Fuck that.
Somebody's got to talk at this table.
Yeah. All right, that catches us up, I think.
I will say this is the most I've ever heard you talk, and we've been friends for a while. So,
gotta get him drunk. Listen to the mouth. Give him that 16%er.
Next time we'll start with that one. Damn.
It was that IU logger.
You guys bonded over your hate for candy stripes.
All right, so beer. We got to score this and then beer of the night. So, 1, 2, 3. It's you.
Ooh, I like that.
Damn.
He currently just chugged the entire glass.
No, that was just an appropriate.
What you don't know, guys, is he actually had his own bottle back there.
Oh, I wish.
You have 2 more. That's actually why we chose this one. I had 3 of this year's.
Of that year? Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how the fuck we did that, but we ended up with 3 of this one.
I'm not going to complain. But I realized that I hadn't done a big gulp, but this seemed like an appropriate time. The big gulp's actually even smoother.
Has anybody made the Dumb and Dumber joke with the big gulp? Like big gulp sound?
Oh, yeah. Later. Oh, yeah.
Oops, see you later. I had to make sure that was...
that's happened many times.
If it's a movie quote, you're in the right room with these 2 guys.
Yeah. John wouldn't have had a clue. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right over. Honestly, the big gulp kind of gave me a little more of appreciation for that. All right, I know we've said this before. Normally, if I'm going for a porter, I'm just going to say fucking go to the stout like a big boy. But this one, and it being what it is, the flavors it's got, the body it carries, everything that it has, like that, it's so fucking good. I just want myself to 4.75. I was going to 4.5 at the 4.75.
Okay.
You're up.
Yeah, I think that it's delicious for what it is. For me, I'm acknowledging that I'm not a big beer guy. but it's delicious for what it is. Again, the small pour that I had, I would have taken a second one if we were sitting around after this show.
That's high.
Oh.
That's high praise.
That is big for me.
That's what she said.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I wish. Well done. Points.
He's like,
Points
I
off street.
wish.
I think for me, I think I'm gonna go 4.25. I think I'm trying to balance that. This isn't a style I seek out. I love the novelty. I love breweries that do this. Spoiler: Grand Junction. We are. I just filled 2 barrels of West Fork last week. Squirrel.
Okay.
Actually, squirrels.
Barrel-aged squirrel?
Barrel-aged squirrel and barrel-aged pumpkin coming next year.
Wait,
I mean-
so is there going to be a face-off of you and River North at next year's beer festival?
Not intentionally. Not on purpose.
Have you started an intentional war here?
Hey, Matt.
Yeah. Guess what we just heard?
Tommy just called your ass out.
He done it.
I hope.
What'd you do, by the way?
Huh?
What was your score? Sorry.
4.75.
4.75.
I was going to 4.5, but that big gulp really just sent me over.
I hope what we are experimenting with, I hope that it's close to what this beer is here. So I'm gonna go 4.25. I could be convinced to go up to 4.5. Nothing but respect. Really, really well done.
I'm going to give it a 4.5, which makes the average of 4.5. Fantastic beer. Funny story, it's actually a 1/4 point lower than the last time we had this one, which was back in... Let's look.
1982.
Probably.
That'd be impressive. That's 2 years before I was born.
This beer we had...
I'll show it, Sean. I'm probably
Well, we last scored
Yeah.
back in July, actually, of
Gotcha.
July of 2024. So a year ago,
Okay.
a year and a half ago now.
Gotcha.
Was the first time we scored this. I'm sure we had drank it before that.
Is that on the Lost Tomes? The original score?
No, this one actually. Oh, probably. I bet it is. But really fun. One last time, we'll play the game. We're gonna play the game. There's only 300 scores in this beer.
Oh wow.
It is a limited release. It's
Now,
only
this is the
like 200 bottles or
2022.
something, like-
Gotcha.
Like, this is the specific 2022. The Senile Series Dark Sorceress. 300 check-ins. What is your score? Matt, you go first this
I
time.
was going to say, while Tommy's thinking, while I'm thinking, Evie says, talking about, I'm guessing his Chocolate Sandman was pretty cheap by comparison. Good bottle to have.
Oh, it's a great bottle.
Yeah, apparently it was
I know what
easier-
you're talking about.
easier to get than some of the bigger stouts and
It
bottle
is.
wines they got.
The Sandman always is for some reason.
And I'm not sure exactly what all. Hey yo, yo, ho, ho, ho. It's as close as I can think I can read that. We gotta bag it up. He said. What do I think? Because this is the gold toss me. That's the private select reserve. You're the people that deserve to get it. So you're gonna,
Not as much anymore, but
Okay.
yeah, they changed how they did that.
well.
But
This
yeah.
is a couple years
2020.
old though too. So this
Yeah,
is a lot harder to
2022,
get.
yep.
So I'm gonna go with this. We're in the right hands of the people who scored appropriately. I'm still gonna try to underscore a little bit to play price was right. I'm gonna go 4.13.
Tommy?
Okay. So I was starting at the 4.1. I'm gonna scale it down a little bit. I'm gonna say 4.02.
You went the wrong direction.
Really?
It is a 4.32.
Damn.
I wanted to say 4.25, but I was like, that's just swinging pretty high.
Gotcha. It's hard to scale smaller private
Oh, yeah.
select.
Oh,
It's-
absolutely.
And that's why I was like, this is one you can
That's
score a
why
little
it was
more
fun,
accurately
and that's the whole
because-
reason I did it, because we did one that was almost 19,000, and then we did
Yeah,
one
no,
that's
that's what.
guys, thanks for tuning in. Check out Grand Junction, and I got you, Matt. I see you got something that looks like, it looked like he was sitting
No,
there
that's
or
just
something.
me like still rallying my victory.
Make sure you check out Grand Junction in Westfield if you haven't. Tommy is doing absurdly awesome things. I've been drinking Grand Junction beer for a long time. I stopped at one point. I really did. Even with Squirrel Stampede want to be in one of my things. He asked me if he could bring anything today. I was like, I mean, you don't need to, but like if Squirrel Stampede ended up in your car, like it was very much a
fell off the back of the truck.
just saying. Guys, seriously, check out Grand Junction out in Westfield. If you haven't bought your tickets yet to Full Fest, you can get all the beer from him as well there. It's this coming Saturday. It's November 15th from 1 to 5 at the Fulling Warehouse in Indy, just off of Mass Ave. It's right down from Center Point Brewing. It's in a great spot, massive venue. You get unlimited Fulling, throwing footballs at bowling pins. You get to make fun of people like him trying
Yes.
to play. You get to drink a shit ton of booze. It's going to be a great time. Beer Me is the code for $10 off. Get them now. I'm you know who I am. I ain't gonna introduce myself again. Matt's off camera right now, and the gold medal winning, the gorgeous Tommy Lynch was our guest. Later, y'all.